This is Ethan. Ethan is a 5-year-old boy with a developmental delay diagnosis. Ethan is developmentally behind in a lot of aspects for your average 5-year-old. But in other ways, he's developmentally beyond his peers. Cognitively, Ethan has difficulty maintaining attention for an extended period of time, which he should be able to do. He becomes distracted easily, especially in a busy, overstimulating environment. However, when engaged in a highly preferred activity, such as art or anything involving numbers, he can focus for longer periods of time. Ethan is beginning to understand basic cause and effect relationships, but often requires adult guidance to work through challenges. He gets frustrated easily at times when faced with tasks that are too difficult for him. Ethan also has a language delay diagnosis, which means that Ethan's speech is delayed developmentally, while his receptive language, his understanding of language, is better than his expressive language, his speaking language. He has difficulty forming full sentences. His vocabulary is limited to basic nouns and verbs, and he often uses gestures to communicate. His speech is sometimes unclear, requiring others to interpret. He attends speech 2 times a week with a speech therapist to help him to become on development with his speech. Ethan responds well to visual aids. And hands-on learning activities such as puzzles, toys, or interactive storytelling. He learns best when things are broken down into smaller, manageable steps. Ethan's gross motor skills. He can walk, run, and climb on pace with his peers, but has difficulty with balance and coordination due to core strength issues. He may trip or fall more frequently than his peers, which in part is because he has a hard time paying attention and gets distracted easily. He cannot ride a bike without training wheels or jump on one foot, as it is challenging for him. His fine motor skills are also delayed developmentally. He can hold a crayon or a pencil, but has trouble with pencil control when drawing and cutting. Tasks that require dexterity, like buttoning or using a utensil, may be frustrating for him. Ethan has basic self-care skills, but needs adult assistance in many tasks. He is working on toilet training, but still needs some reminders and assistance in some settings. Social emotional development. Ethan enjoys being around his peers, but has a hard time understanding that he has to take turns and share. He may become frustrated when he doesn't get the toy or activity he wants, leading to the occasional meltdown. He is generally friendly, but has difficulty reading social cues, like when it is time for his turn in a group game or when another child wants space. Ethan experiences difficulty regulating his emotions. He may react strongly to changes in routine, transitions, or unexpected situations. He can become easily overwhelmed by loud noises or chaotic environments. Meltdowns or emotional outbursts can occur, especially when he feels misunderstood or frustrated. Ethan is beginning to develop an understanding of emotions, much like his peers, though he may not always respond appropriately to them. He shows concern when someone is sad or hurt, but might not always fully understand why others feel the way they do. Ethan's behavioral development, his strengths are he has a strong interest in certain topics, like trains, numbers, and dinosaurs. He especially loves clocks and fans and anything that spins. He becomes highly focused and motivated when interacting with these things that match his interests. He also very much likes to work for them. He can be very affectionate, enjoying hugs and hand-holding with close family members or staff. He loves to greet everybody. Some of his behavioral challenges are he tends to struggle with transitions, like moving from one activity to another, especially when the one that he is moving from is preferred and the one he's moving to is not. He might engage in repetitive behaviors, such as rocking or flapping his hands when overwhelmed. Ethan's receptiveness to discipline is best approached with a positive reinforcement direction. Works much better than punitive or punishment measures. He may not fully understand complex consequences, so they have little effect, but he can follow simple rules when they are consistently applied in a calm manner. Ethan's family is very supportive. His parents are actively involved in his therapy and education. Ethan's home is structured and predictable with clear routines, which he thrives best in. Ethan's favorite activities include trains, cars, blocks, and numbers. He enjoys stacking objects and seeing them fall down, much like his peers. He also likes looking at picture books, especially those with animals and noise. Ethan enjoys activities that engage his senses, especially tactile ones, like playing with soft fabrics, water, and sand. He has a preference for calming activities such as listening to music or watching a favorite TV show. Ethan will receive speech therapy, occupational therapy, and adaptive PE. His parents will also be provided with guidance and support to help foster Ethan's development at home and to create consistency on all settings. Developmentally, cognitively, Ethan can count to 100 by ones, fives, and tens. His problem-solving evaluation shows that he has average, if not slightly above average, problem-solving and higher reasoning skills. His biggest barrier is his fine motor skills and his speech and language skills, which we hope will improve with time. He is very bright. He has a memory like nothing I've ever seen. And he knows several sight words, which is ahead of his peers currently. They have not worked on sight words yet in the general education classroom. In conclusion, Ethan is developmentally on level or beyond with several cognitive developmental skills, but is a bit behind with his communication and social emotional skills.